I'm proud to bring forward this Green Group motion in support of Zane's law. I want to begin by thanking Zane's father, Kai, for joining us in the chamber tonight. Please, colleagues, when this meeting ends in just a few minutes, just go and speak to him to hear about his son, Zane. I know that you will be inspired to act just like I was. Kai has spent the last decade campaigning with strength and dignity following the tragic death of his 7-year-old son. Zane died in 2014 after floodwater carried hydrogen cyanide gas into his family's home from a nearby contaminated site. Kai was also severely affected, left paralyzed. And yet, from the worst possible pain, he and his family have built a remarkable campaign to ensure no other family ever has to go through what they did. Zane's law is a call for justice, but even more so, a call for prevention. It's about ensuring that the risks posed by contaminated land are identified, addressed, and communicated before lives are put in danger. It's also about truth. Zane's family have had to fight daily to expose the truth about what happened. And like so many times before, where there is a campaign for justice, you will find the trade union movement backing them to the hilt. I want to thank the Fire Brigades Union for their role in bringing Zane's truth to light. Zane's law would empower councils to protect our communities. It calls on national government to provide the powers and funding we need to test land, clean it up, and ensure proper oversight when development happens. And most crucially, it makes clear that the cost of that work should not fall on communities. It must follow the polluter pays principle. It is not sustainable for local people to carry the burden of remediating land while those who profit just walk away. All right, I can't wait to start my own family, but that day hasn't come. But I did have the privilege yesterday of meeting my newborn nephew. Like so many who have welcomed children into their families, the love that I already feel for him it's indescribable. We know it is one of the most natural human instincts to want to do everything possible to protect our children. But Zane's parents, Kai and Nicole, were not given the information they needed to protect their son. That is wrong. Zane and his family were let down, and we cannot let this happen again. But this campaign is gaining real national momentum. In June, a parliamentary summit brought together campaigners, unions, and politicians from across the spectrum. It was chaired by Green Party peer Natalie Bennett and attended by the Secretary of State, Steve Reid, who confirmed the government's support. And just last week, the Mayor of London publicly backed Zane's law, building on a motion from Green London Assembly member Zach Polanski. Now it's Newham's turn to add a voice. We are one of the youngest boroughs in the UK. We are also one of the most rapidly developing. And as climate change drives more frequent and intense flooding, we cannot ignore the dangers posed by buried toxins, old landfill sites, and inadequate remediation. The risk is real, the responsibility is ours. This motion is not about halting development. It's about ensuring it's safe, responsible, and transparent. It's about making sure every child in Newham grows up in a clean and healthy environment and that families can live without fear of what might be beneath their homes or schools. Zane's story is a tragedy, but that tonight we have the chance to show that it won't be the end, that this council is willing to speak up, to stand with campaigners, and be part of a growing national movement demanding justice, demanding truth, and demanding change. Please support this motion for Zane, for Kai, and for the future of our borough. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Higgins. Just before Councillor Keeling comes in, because Councillor Higgins has accepted the amendment, the motion as amended has now become the substantive motion for debate. Councillor Keeling, you're seconding this.
I believe my colleague has said pretty much everything that needs to be said. I just would like to ask if all my colleagues would give a massive round of applause for Kai and the amazing work that he's been doing with this campaign.
Thank you. Thank you, Councillor Keeling. Does anyone wish to debate? And you will have 3 minutes. I will not be able to take so many people, so we've only got 7 minutes. So I will only take Councillor Whitworth, and I will take Councillor Lee Parkway. And if we have time, we will take you, Miraj. If you could all keep it to 1 minute. Oh, and Councillor Naqvi. So we will see how it all goes. 1 minute each.
Thank you, Chair. John Whitworth, Councillor for West Ham Ward. Thank you, Chair. I'm very happy to support this motion, and I'd like to commend the work that has been going on for a number of years on this issue, and particularly again for Kai for his tireless efforts, and we're very pleased to see you here tonight. You remember that this was brought before the previous meeting, but couldn't be heard because of time. We had an amendment as well. There wasn't any consultation on this, unfortunately, as promised, but nonetheless, our first part of our amendment was accepted in tonight's motion, and now you've accepted the second part. So we welcome this collaboration. We say that this law is very necessary in the country. In Newham, we believe that we've got very good records for the land, as mentioned in the motion, in fact, and strict rules for construction on land, which has to be tested and remediated if there's any contamination.
Councillor Whitworth,
Parts of the country.
I'm going to have to stop you because we said 1 minute.
Very happy to
1 minute, that's it. Thank you very much, Councillor Whitworth. Councillor Lee Parkway, you've got 1 minute as well.
Thank you, Chair. I support the amended motion on Zane's law because no family should ever endure what Zane's family did. Zane was just 7 when he died. His family missed out on what he may have become. But tonight, we have an opportunity to honour his legacy. His father was left paralysed. This was a preventable tragedy. Zane's law would strengthen protections, ensuring contaminated land is made safe, and promote transparency. This motion rightly focuses on local education awareness while joining national calls for reform. We must support this campaign so no family face such loss again. Let Zane's memory lead to justice and change. Lastly, I thank Zane's father, Kai, for being here tonight. I urge all my colleagues to support this motion. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. Councillor Patel, you've got 1 minute as well.
Thank you, Chair. First and foremost, can I thank Zane's dad, Mr. Bangbola, for being here. He went to Trinity School, as did many of my family, so I look forward to speaking with him later on that particular note. I share the concern to protect children's lives from possible dangers from contaminated land and ensure that there is funding to ensure that what happened to Zane never happens to any child ever again. I'm reassured in Newham and also wider London, we do not have any realistic danger from contaminated land. This includes allotments, parks, green space, etc. This has been supported by a recent article in The Guardian. I say recent, but my speech was written back in April, so a few months back. This Labour administration is really committed to registering any contaminated land, and as a part of my role as a chair of East London Waste Authority, we continue to monitor this. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Councillor Naqvi, you've got 1 minute as well.
I fully support this motion backing Zane's law, legislation rooted in safety, justice, and a healthy future for our communities. Newham must protect our children from the hidden dangers of contaminated and flood-prone land. These risks are real and growing, especially with a climate-driven flooding. This motion doesn't block development, it strengthens it. It demands transparency, proper environment checks, and gives councils the tools they need to keep people safe. By supporting this, we say clearly, profit must never come before protection. Let's stand with Zane, his family, and every child who deserves the same home. Let's vote in favour. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Naqvi. Councillor Higgins, you've got the right to reply, and if you could also keep it within a minute. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chair, and thanks everyone.
2 minutes 35 till the end of the meeting. 1 minute. Go on, quick.
Thanks, Chair, and thanks everyone for your contributions. I'm delighted that there is such widespread support. I just want to urge members, this motion, this is not the end of Newham's action in support of Zane's law. It's the start. It's a call of action for every person in this room to spread the message of what you've learned and what you've heard and what you will hear from Kai when you talk to him after this evening. Talk to our MPs, talk to the government, talk to officers. This is not the sort of issue that tends to get national headlines, but the risk is real and the damage is real. So take this moment as the start of Newham joining a growing call for change and continue to take action on it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councillor Higgins. So moving on to the vote. So now, as we know, so the motion as amended is now the substantive motion which we are voting on. All those in favor, could you please raise your hands? Anyone against? Any abstentions? Thank you. That motion is carried.